Two girls, one podcast, and their unsolicited opinions.
Plug in your headphones or find a private space because this content is not safe for work.
Welcome to On Her Bookshelf.
Welcome back, Bookshelf Besties. My name's Christy.
And I'm Julia. And we are going to do our, end of year reading wrap up. So I think a few episodes ago now, we did do our mid-year reading wrap up, which was like the first 6 months. So now we're just going to focus on the last 6 months. So even though we haven't been doing our podcast recordings, we've still been reading, of course. We want to do that. We want to chat about our reading goals for 2024 and if we achieved them or not. Should be a fun little episode. And I think we've also learnt from last time doing like a wrap up / quick review that we're not going to like drone on. So hopefully this one doesn't go for as long as what our last one did.
I've already decided mine will be speed round. I am not going into them. It'll just be like, oh. The facial reactions.
Oh, okay. I was like, did your brain just stop working then or something?
A little bit as well.
Cool. So like first up, did you meet your reading goal?
Yeah.
Yay. And I'm pretty sure you actually extended your reading goal because originally you were going to go for 69 books just because it's a funny number.
Yeah.
What did you change it to?
I doubled it, double or nothing, to 138. And literally the 30th of December, I read my 138th book. Like, so close.
Nice. Proud of you because that's a fuck ton of books.
Yeah.
Fuck ton of books.
Yeah.
I had a goal to read 52 books.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to aim for one a week, you know?
Yep.
I ended up upping it to 60 because as it turns out, the graphic audio books on Goodreads, each part counts as one book. So I listened to a few graphic audio books that were split up into like part 1, part 2, even some had like a part 3, and each of those on Goodreads counted as like one individual book. And I was like, okay,
fuck yeah.
sure. But either way, even without those, I would have like achieved my goal. So even if I only count the graphic audios as like one book, still would have met my goal.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I'm really happy as well. Normally I get to like December like 29 and I'm like turning down my reading goal just so I can feel like I met it. I'm like, oh yeah, I was only meant to read like 40 books this year. Yeah, totally. Yeah. That was the start goal. I did also set myself like another challenge, which I know I've spoken about a lot on the pod and on my socials, to do like the A to Z reading challenge, which is where I think it speaks for itself. Anyways, I completely forgot I was doing that challenge and I did not do it. So that's another year that I have not done the A to Z challenge. And you know what? Whatever.
You were doing so well as well. That's the funny part.
I was on like such a roll, and then like we hit like a day or two after Christmas and I was like, wait a minute. Stuff the A to Z challenge. I don't think I'm going to do that this year.
It's too hard.
I just get to like, I've read some awful books because of it as well too, just to make that letter.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. We're not doing it. I'm leaving the A to Z challenge in 2024. Christy, did you have any other challenges?
No. Mine was just to read books and to only read books that I enjoy. If I don't enjoy it, to just DNF it.
Yes, I think I already spoke about this in the last one, but I am now going to start DNFing books. I only DNF'd one book this year, so that's still a good achievement for me.
That's pretty good.
Some of the other things like I wanted to do in like 2024 was read more books from like my physical bookshelves because I have so many and I didn't really do that. A lot of the physical books I ended up reading ended up being new books that I purchased, so clearly
it still counts.
Look, technically yes. But anyways, shall we recap what we read from July onwards?
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Speedfire rounds.
Okay, good.
So for me, Butcher and Blackbird and Leather and Lark, read them. Butcher and Blackbird was a reread for me. Loved it. Felt all the same emotions as I did first time around. Leather and Lark, also fantastic. I read my first Lauren Beale book, which was Captured. That was a fucking journey.
Yeah.
And anyways, I'm going to keep reading Lauren Beale because I love how messed up they are.
Same.
I also started the DNF bookstore series, which I am going to continue this year, but I started reading Bouncy, Milky, Gooey, and Drippy, and they are as wild as their titles. But again, I love them, and I went into them for like the freaking journey of I want them to make me cringe. I want them to make me think, what the fuck,
You want
you
that
know?
ick.
And that so far has not disappointed. I think there's 12 books total, so I've done 4. I'm a third of the way through it. I listened to an audiobook that I got from like a Stuff Your Earbuds day, which was called The Nerd Next Door. I actually enjoyed this one. This one actually like caught me by surprise, and I think I liked how just corny and rom-com it was, and like leaning into like heavy stereotypes.
Yeah.
So surprisingly did not disappoint, and I was glad for it. Your turn?
Sure. Fire round. I did Silver Foxed by Kayla Gross. Amazing. Perfect. Amazing. Her Wild Coast Rescue. It was an audiobook I got from Earbuds Day. It was all right. False Start by Santana Knox. It's book 2 in the series. That series was my first sapphic romance, and anyone looking for a sapphic romance, read Crossover and False Start. Highly recommend. I finished Reckless, the second one to Powerless. Amazing. Cannot wait for the next book. We listened to Captured, as discussed. What a wild, wild ride. I reread Devil of Dublin by B.B. Easton, but I listened to it on audio because it is performed by Eric Nolan, and amazing. I read my first Harley LaRoe book, and it was her Soul to Take. Incredible. Amazing. Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I'm a sucker for a Disney retelling, and that hit every single mark. I read The Offering by Layla Moon. That was super dark, super fucked up, and I loved every second of it. We did A Song of Sin and Salvation, which we did an episode for. Brilliant book.
Yep, I'm not going to bother repeat that one. I loved the audio for a Song of Sin and Salvation.
Perfect.
I cannot actually wait to listen or read the next one.
Me too.
Highly anticipated.
We listened together the series, the Hollow Row series, which is Lovely Bad Things, Lovely Wicked Things, and Lovely Violent Things.
Yep.
I had already read them before, but then I got the audiobooks and we listened together, and
that was an experience. Having, like, I guess, listened to an audiobook for someone who has already gone through the series and being a psychological thriller as it is, like, I kept, like, sharing thoughts on where I thought the book was going, and Christy was just like, yeah, maybe. Or I was just completely wrong on everything.
Yep.
That one I couldn't predict it. I couldn't see where it was going.
Good. So good. It ended up being, like, one of my top reads this year. So started the Bargainer series by Laura Thalassa. Which is Rhapsodic, and then it goes on. There's 4 books, and I read all 4 in like the span of just super fucking quick because they were incredible.
See, that one is one that's always, like, I see it at Bookfest. I pick it up, I toss it over and go, maybe not, and then I put it down. And the fact that you listen to the audiobooks and are just obsessed with it, I'm like, I'm gonna have to give it a chance.
Bro, I love ACOTAR. I love ACOTAR. Y'all all know this. I love ACOTAR, but this series, I think it might be better.
Okay, give it a shot.
It's really tight, like this close.
I don't think anything's gonna take over my love for like ACOTAR, but you know what? I can let some new books take my obsession a little bit too. Okay. So I also had Don't Stop and Never Let Go by Lauren Beale. Those ones, I seem to be doing Lauren Beale's all as like audio books, and maybe I don't know, it just adds a little bit more depth to the, what is it, traumance that they call it? Trauma romance books that these ones are. I also listened to Your Dad Will Do by Katie Robert, and I did not realize it's the same author that does Neon Gods. And Neon Gods has been on like my TBR for like a little while, but I think just I didn't realize it was the same author. I think because like Neon Gods is like fantasy aspects to it, still smutty but still fantasy, whereas like Your Dad Will Do isn't. So I just, in my head, 2 completely different people. Turns out they're the same.
Yeah.
Loved Your Dad Will Do. Really nice short novella. And then I don't know, I think I was like in a bit of like a reading slump at this stage, and I felt like I wanted something familiar and safe. So I listened to the graphic audios for ACOTAR. So I did A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, A Court of Wings and Ruin. I did A Court of Frost and Starlight, and then also A Court of Silver Flames, all as the graphic audios. Amazing. Absolutely loved it. It was like, I've read these books on repeat for so long. It was nice to just have it feel fresh again. What I can say about the graphic audios is, though, is that I never want to hear Tamlin climaxing ever again. Everything else was stellar, though, like amazing.
It would be so weird.
But like book one, Tamlin climaxing, hard pass. The rest of it I could listen to, but that.
Now I just need to listen to that.
I read Unlocked Dive. Well, we both read Unlocked Dive, and I just loved it. I love these just broken boys. And I'm like, I'm looking forward to wherever she's going to take, like, this world.
Yeah.
I listened to Two Can Play by Ali Hazelwood. Clearly, I was in, like, my audiobook era this year. That one I did enjoy, but I felt like it let me down a little bit. We've done a podcast episode on it. And then, because I was kind of hoping Rebecca Quinn would release her third book in the Brutes of Bristlebook series, I listened to Ensnared and Entangled audiobooks. And again, we're talking multicast. It's so well done and fantastic. It's like my third time reading Ensnared, and I did Entangled twice this year as well. So again, it's like a favorite series of mine, and I cannot wait for book 3 to be released. Whenever she decides to release it, it's going to be perfect, and I will happily wait for that perfection.
Same. I did an arc, Pretty Poison by Elle Mitchell. Very dark, very, I think like Sleep Token vibes. Loved it. Amazing. Yeah. I did the audio for The Boyfriend Goal by Lauren Blakely. Amazing. Connor Craig can do no wrong. I listened to my first Frida McFadden. I did The Perfect Son. That was a wild ride. I loved it. And then I got to arc read The Devil Himself, which is the sequel to The Devil of Dublin.
Yep.
Ended up being like a top read of the year. It was incredible. I want to cry just thinking about it. It was just absolutely incredible. I did an arc for Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist by A.K. Melford and L. Morrison. Now, A.K. Melford is a Australian author, indie author as well, and this book was great. It was so good. It was cute and funny and perfect, and I loved every second. I also did an arc for Run Little Rabbit by Jenica Snow. That was an audio as well. That was like cute little... Okay, it wasn't cute. It was a little novella, and it was filthy. It was just smart. I loved every second of it.
Your definition of cute is whack.
It wasn't cute. I said it, and then I was like, wait, it was so not cute. It was so filthy. So filthy. Cups and Campfires by Dylan Drake. Also a fellow Aussie indie author. Perfect, smutty, and MM. I did Thrum by Meg Smithman.
She is on my list of authors to read.
Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Wild ride. I did Icebreaker finally. I'm now a book talk girly. I re-listened to Days of Winter by Cora Flynn because she brought out the audio, and I was like, me please. Amazing, incredible. I finally listened to Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon.
I'm surprised you listened to it, that one.
I just didn't at work as well.
I did not realize it was an audio book.
Yeah, all of them are on audio on Libby, just saying. Arc read The Crimson Wolf by GM Ferry. Nice.
I didn't say that.
No. Did you even list it that you read it? I don't think you did.
Oh my god, I'm missing a book on here. Wow, I really achieved my reading goal. Holy shit.
Proud of you. And then there was Unlocked Dive, obviously, which was one of my top reads of the year. Amazing, incredible. Wicked Devotions by Nicole Green. That was my first of hers, and that was actually really good. It was like stepbrother and his best friends, and it was filthy, and I loved it. These Shadows Become Her by Demi Clarissa. You guys have to read this book. She is a fellow Brisbane indie author, and it's fantasy, romantasy, witches, vampires, amazing, incredible. I loved every second of it. I listened to Don't Stop by Lauren Beale. I am also in my listening to it because I feel like it makes it creepier and ickier. Arc Read Sinner's Retreat by Lauren Bill. That was the first one I've actually read. And that was my favorite Lauren Bill book ever. This is like October, by the way. This is my Halloween.
Yeah, clearly.
Trick My Treats. Amazing. Incredible. Little Lunatic. I re-listened to the Never King series, Peter Pan retelling by Nikki Synchro. I did No Way Out by Santana Knox. I did Still Breathing by Jennifer Hartman. I'm not breathing after reading that. It's not breathing, it's beating. I did Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman.
Your mouth is moving quicker than what your brain can process.
Literally, I can't keep up. That book is going to live with me till the day I die. I did Want to Play a Game by Elena May.
I'm going to name 2 books.
Go.
Other books that I read before my Christmas ones.
Go.
Crimson Wolf. For some reason, it's not on my Goodreads list, and I'm going to add that to it. And Bradford Bride. By TJ Maguire. So I was actually meant to do like all 4 of those books in the last 4 months of the year. I only managed to get through one of them, not because it was bad, just because I'm a slow reader.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Loved it. It was my first real mafia romance, and I'm so excited to continue the series. I've already got Bradford Prince like on my shelf ready to go.
Yeah.
When I'm ready to pick up like a mafia again,
I did Bradford Bride, Bradford Prince, and I literally just finished Bradford Night like last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about to start Bradford Brookta, the newest release, and oh my god, this series.
Yes, highly recommend.
Also local indie author, just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I did Leave Me Behind by K.M. Maranova. I listened to The Coven and the Cursed, so 2 separate books in the series by Harper L. Woods. Amazing. I finally read Little Bird by Callie Ash. She's also an Aussie author that I've been meaning to read. It's mafia. Really good. I liked it. I did Conjure? Like Conjure? Like a...
Congeal?
No, like Conjure.
Conjure?
I did Conjure. Fuck's sake. I read this like a little novella called You Are Mine, and it was awful.
All right.
That's all I'll give you. I did the Cocky Kingsman series by Amy Award, Cock Down the Block, The Wiener Across the Way, and The Pussy Next Door.
I think I saw that they were in one of you posted like a 2024 wrap up, and that series was like in your top reads.
Top rom-com, top tier. It is incredible. I will be continuing the series.
Amazing. Gonna add to my TBR. I've seen them around like a lot, but I've always been like, Anyways, now I'm convinced. I'm convinced.
So good.
I trust your recommendations. I'm convinced.
Stop it. And then I got duped. I got bamboozled. I had seen this series blowing up for so long, and I was like, I'm going to read it. It sounds incredible. And then I saw it come available on audio, and I was like, okay, cool. And so I listened to it, and I was thinking, it's fine. I've got the rest of the series. So I listened to Filthy Rich Fae by Geneva Lee, and I realized after I finished it, that's actually the first book in the series, and it hasn't been continued yet. The next book is coming out this year, but it's actually Filthy Rich Vampire. That's the complete series.
Oh, no.
I'm so mad.
So, December, I just dove straight into Christmas reads. I feel like I just want to do more seasonal kind of books.
Yeah.
So I listened to Can I Tell You Something, which you recommended, and oh my god, it has to be one of the best audiobooks I have listened to. Like, I've listened to some really good audiobooks, but this one surprised me. Loved it. Highly recommend. Definitely have to do it like next Christmas if you're out of your seasonal era now. I read No Ordinary Christmas, which is one that I got from a Stuff Your Kindle day. That one was weird. It was like novella length, and I don't know, I just feel like it didn't quite hit the mark on where it was going, but it was still a fun little read. I listened to A Merry Little Meet Cute by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. So it's my first Sierra Simone book. I enjoyed this.
Cool.
I did enjoy it a lot. I loved the concept of it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Cool.
I listened to Trick Shot by Kayla Gross, and I wanted to do that one last year, so I'm glad I finally listened to it. So that was a fun little Christmas smutty for your earbuds, I listened to My December Darling by Lauren Asher. That one, the Spanish accents, oh my God, caught me so off guard, but I was like, yes, please.
Dr. Darling can get
Oh
it.
my God, Dr. Darling. I loved that book. And then I finished the year on The Clause in Christmas, which was another Stuff Your Kindle book that I got. And this one caught me by surprise because I loved the concept of it, but it was really like stereotypical Hallmark romance, like contemporary romance book. Like when I say stereotypical, like I'm talking there was like a horse-drawn carriage and oh my God, now it's snowing and everything. But I still liked it. I think it was like the right amount of cheesy. So that was the 62 books that I read this year.
Oh my God. Okay.
What about your Christmas December
My
reads?
December was nuts.
You can't just say your December was nuts. This whole list is freaking nuts.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, you literally only you got to January, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my December was crazy. I read my first Daisy Jane. I did Big Daddy, Large Father. Incredible. I told my partner about this book like as I was reading it, and like it's now a running joke that instead of like saying daddy, I'll say large father, and it's just so funny. It's just an inside joke. Okay, it's great. It's smutty. It's interesting.
Yeah, look, Daisy Jane also wrote Milky, which is like that DNF series one, so I understand.
Yeah, you get it.
I've read her work, I understand.
You've got to be ready for it.
Yes.
I then listened to Neon Gods.
Katie Robert. Yeah.
I am still so mad that I slept on that. I'm still so mad.
Okay.
It was incredible. I also listened to book 2, Electric Idol.
Is the series finished?
No, she's still going, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason why I haven't picked it up.
But there's like so many. There's like 8 or something.
Like, yeah, okay.
But like it's like all of the Olympus people, like Hades, Persephone, blah, blah, blah. It's amazing. But like Mafia-ish maybe?
Okay.
It's dark and gritty and I love it.
Okay.
And then, I listened to Can I Tell You Something by Holly June Smith, narrated by Adam Gold and Evelyn Rose.
I'm glad you remembered that.
It was my top audiobook of the year. Apart from Ensnared and Entangled, my top. It
could be your favourite Christmas listen.
It was definitely...
Favourite novella length
It was
book.
definitely my favourite Christmas.
Yeah.
Actually, I really listened to Tangled and Tinsel, and that's still...
I
has
tried to get a hold of Tangled in Tinsel. I was only looking on Libby, and my Libby app was being whack, and I couldn't find it, and I wasn't going to spend money on a new book because of Christmas season and 2 kids now. Hopefully next year.
I've re-listened to Trick Shot, as you know, by Kelly Gross. Amazing. I did The Ark, The Swallowed by Meg Smithman. Another amazing
Same
book.
author that did Thrum, by the way.
Oh, I'm still thinking about it. And then it was 3 days till the end of the year, and I had to catch up to my reading goal. There was no way I was not meeting it. So I just read really quick novellas. I did A Very Stalker Christmas, My December Darling, Cry for Krampus, Midnight Mischief. I finished Brat for Night. Help, I Summoned a Sexy Chaos Demon by Accident. That was a fun ride. Cruel Winter with You by Ali Hazelwood. That was perfect. I cried in my car when I finished that book. It was 2 hours long. It was amazing. Hello Peen.
All right.
Yep.
Cool. Is it exactly what we thought it sounds?
Yeah, Pumpkin Shifters.
Did you jump back to Halloween?
Yeah, I was doing novellas.
All right.
The Hunt, Wickedly Sweet, Bad Santas. I did Life Is. Have you seen that one? It's got the 2 skull people on the...
I feel like I've heard of it.
It was so good. Festive Fantasies and Monster Pucker. I finally did Monster Pucker by Cleo Evans.
Is that your first Cleo Evans?
Yeah. It was incredible.
Nice.
What a way to end the year.
Yeah, I remember I finished my last Christmas book last night, so New Year's Eve, because I was just like, I am not going into January 2025 on a Christmas book. I am not having that in my January wrap up. Yeah, here's a Christmas book. So
I love Christmas and I love Christmas books. I will be reading Christmas books in fucking October. I don't care.
Yeah, look, that's fair. But no, so I'm happy I made my goal.
Me too. A lot of audiobooks this year. That's what saved
Yes. Oh, I actually tallied up my physical, my ebook, and my audios that I did. Because, yeah, again, I think before this year, I was very much like, no audiobooks. Like, I wasn't one of those people where it's like, if it's an audio, it's not counted as a reading. Like, not one of those. But I was just like, I just wanted to immerse myself with reading books. And I was really stubborn about that. But anyways, I'm really glad I did audiobooks this year. And I think my first audiobook was actually Little Stranger, which is wild to fucking start on that note. But in total, I read 8 physical books, but 21 ebooks, because Crimson Wolf should be on that list as well. I had 22 audiobooks and then 10 graphic novels total, which covered the whole ACOTAR, like parts 1, 2, 3, etc. of each of the books. So I'm really happy with that. I love my audiobooks, definitely going to continue. I've even lined up some audiobooks from Libby.
Same.
And I'm going to probably start the year with another graphic audio, but with the lead up to Onyx Storm, I'm going back to listen to Fourth Wing and Iron Flame via graphic audio.
Me too.
I'm like, it has to happen. So
I'm so excited.
yeah, I don't know if I could read a graphic audio as like the first time I'm experiencing a book.
No.
I think I like having the knowledge of it and then just being able to see how the narrators and the performers can like take the story to the next level.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm really excited to see how the dragons sound.
It's like blowing my mind.
Yeah. So I'm definitely going to start the year off with those ones as just a really easy way to refresh myself on what to expect for Onyx Storm.
I'm the same. And yeah, I did so many audiobooks as well. I did 52 audiobooks. And
Still read more.
86 books. Most of them were probably ebooks. I didn't tally what was ebooks and physical, but I actually, 2024, I actually smashed my TBR pile.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. Like, there was so many in backlog that I said, I'm going to read, and I never did. And I actually read them. So my TBR has gotten smaller.
My TBR is just...
Which is nuts.
My TBR is just grown. I think we had a pretty solid year of reading.
Yeah. We went ham. I'm really proud of us.
Same.
I'm not going that ham this year.
I don't know how 2025 is going to look for me reading-wise. Obviously, I'm going to keep reading. I don't know. Life is just life. So we'll see. But I think that's it for this episode. I do want to talk more with you about like our 2025 reading goals, but I think there's going to be a different episode so that this one isn't so lengthy. So yeah, I guess for now that's kind of it.
Yeah, maybe drop a comment below if you met your reading goal and what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like a highlight from the year.
Yeah, or even like what was your favourite book of the year? I don't even know what my favourite book of the year was.
I had too many to choose.
Look, I reread ACOTAR, so...
It's a hard competition. I get it.
I don't know. Until next time, guys. See yous.
Bye.